because I didn't see the notification for that. There we go.
We are now.
Hey, everybody from Smash and Grab Comics. I am TR coming to you with, I don't know what the hell he's doing.
JP is scuba dancing.
Yeah, JP is, he's doing the Pulp Fiction dance.
What's
What
up?
he's doing.
Whoa, way too loud.
Sorry, I don't know what to do.
Just
I don't know what I'm doing.
Way.
Sit back just a little bit.
I can't.
Okay, there we go. That's much better.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try not to move from this position.
All right, it just
So
was really screeching.
with me is the screeching harpy eagle of comics, JP Jones.
What's up?
I'm glad you made it because we were just talking. It wouldn't be a very good X-Men episode with just the two of us, since it's kind of all of us in on this thing that is taking off right now. TR, tell JP the news you told me earlier.
Well, so there was some complaints from the official X-Men the Animated Series Twitter page about how the episodes are out of order. And so I responded to that by saying, our podcast is rewatching the entire thing. Here's a page I found. Because I wasn't even thinking, because so far we're sarcastic assholes.
Yeah.
So like
Whoa,
I haven't really alerted them to the fact that I mean, at least two of us are.
I mean,
Which two? We won't say.
See,
Yeah.
It's satire. It's all in fun, and I think that it comes across. They can tell that we love the show, even though we're giving it crap.
We razz on it a lot, but two things to remember: it's a children's show, and it was 1992.
So,
and I guess I didn't introduce you, but the beard of comics with us, Tyler.
That's unfair lately because you guys have some sweet beards.
Well, JP has a
I just
beard,
have facial
and
hair.
I have a different.
I don't have a beard. I don't have a beard. I just have facial hair.
Yeah, sure. It looks good. You got a neck beard, a neckle, really.
Yeah, it's just a nice little cushion from the cold.
Yeah. Sure. The one thing though, TR did mention in his tweet back to the X-Men animated series guys that we have been rewatching, and
they retweeted that.
I'm just going to repeat everything.
Hoping if they do listen for the first time that they understand that this show got me into reading comic books.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Especially X-Men. That's where I started because of this show. So
I cannot say the same. So
that's all right. It's not as cool.
I'm just saying that show didn't want to make me read comics. I was already reading comics, but
I was too.
It didn't want to make me read X-Men comics.
By the time that show came out, I was like kind of in my heyday of middle school comic collecting, because 92, I would have been 11 years old. So
young Tyler.
Yeah. Young Tyler.
Let's see. I would have been in like second grade when this show first started.
Sorry, you might hear some cats in the background.
That's all right. I got 2 dogs. TR's got 2 dogs.
And I have 3 dogs and a cat.
Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about X-Men, of course, but we'd be kind of, remiss if we didn't bring up Norm Spencer.
Yeah, the voice of Cyclops in X-Men the Animated Series.
And also the narrator previously on X-Men.
Yes, previously on X-Men. He passed away.
How weird is that? I mean, it's so timely. I mean, we've been doing this now, just started a few months ago, and after all these years, now someone from the show passes away. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I did see that. Oh, I forgot his name, and I feel bad about it. The guy who does the voice of Wolverine, though, he tweeted it out. So sorry to lose him, and he says, "We'll see you on the other side," and sorry about the convertible, bub.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, sorry for the convertible.
Sorry for the convertible, bub.
That's awesome that he tweeted that, because that was one of my favorite parts of that episode. I think it was episode 1, where he takes the top off.
Cyclops, I made him a convertible.
Yeah, he takes the top off the car. It's awesome.
Yep.
Which could have been taken out of context. Like they could have been like, "What? What did you do to Cyclops' head?" Like,
Oh man! And then I love, of course. Then there's the Jean Grey, Cyclops, Wolverine triangle going on. That's gonna be sad. Watching the show going forward, knowing he's no longer with us. But we had a great episode for tonight, the Unstoppable Juggernaut. TR, why do you think the episodes are out of order on Disney Plus?
They, as I understand it, they originally did air out of order, some of them. So for anyone keeping track, this is actually not the next episode if you just keep hitting play on Disney Plus. This is
it's really
listed
weird.
as it's listed as episode 10.
Doesn't even make sense. Like even in the description, they're like the X mansion has been destroyed. It's like, oh, well, that's where we left off. Like that's weird.
Yeah,
but they jump out of order.
Episodes between the last one and this one.
Strange.
And this is story-wise. I found a website, and I did tweet it out, but I found a website that has the script order of all the episodes. So if you want that, just check out our Twitter page.
It reminds me of a time I went to see The Watchmen in the theaters, and luckily I'd already seen the film, but I went with another buddy, and I was like, yeah, let's go see the movie. I saw it, but I'd like to see it again. It's just a cool movie. And we were watching it, and like halfway through, the movie jumps almost to the end, like, and then there's like 30 seconds of us watching the end of the film. Whoa. And then I'm like, dude, and he's like, what? And I'm like, this is the end of the movie. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I got out of my seat and like started running down the stairs to like tell somebody, like, dude, your movie's like jumped to the end. And then by the time I got to like middle screen of like walking to the seats, it had jumped back to where we were. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I come back to my seat and I sit down. I'm like, dude, we just saw like, he's like, I have no idea what the hell's going on right now. And I'm like, I know. I was like, we just jumped to the end. Like,
did he, could he, did he know something was weird too? He saw the
no, nobody knew, because it was just like, it was like in the middle of the scene and all of a sudden it was ice and you're just like,
oh, the end. Yeah.
What is happening? Like, and we saw Doc Manhattan and like, Ozymandias, and it was just like click, went back. But I don't know if the films were maybe were still on reels at that point, because I had worked at the movie theater Carmike here in town, and we had reel film, like reels of film before you switched over to digital, which digital was so much better. But I remember when I worked there and the new Mission Impossible movie was out with Tom Cruise, and I was reeling the film and I had crinkled the film on accident. So I actually just snipped the I snipped the scene that was crinkled, because it would have like burnt, it would have
Fight Club fashion. You taped in a picture of a cock. So just two.
No, I wish I would have. But I was up in the booth watching the movie, and I could see where I had snipped it, because I just like clipped it together. And then, like, it was coming up, and then Tom Cruise was talking, and then all of a sudden he was running down a bridge. And like I looked down.
How much did you? What do you think you clipped out? A second, a minute? What?
I don't know.
And what did you do?
Know. Good enough to make people look around, because I looked through the little porthole up there, and like a couple of people were like,
"Did you?"
And then they just sat and like watched a movie.
Oops! I used to have to do this with audio when I was in college. When we do audio reel to reel, did you have to Scotch tape it together to get it to feed through together?
Yeah. So I taped it together. I didn't tell a single soul, and then. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing: don't theaters lease those canisters from
shut up
places? And nobody noticed. Cut it.
You freaking narc.
Nobody noticed. He told on himself. This is not.
Yeah, that's true.
This was over a decade ago, and plus I don't know. I wasn't that high up on the chain, so I was just a grunt that worked there at that time. Okay. Hey, look at this, my friend.
Who's your friend?
It's my friend.
Yeah, for those of you listening to the podcast, my dog Jasmine is
there. She
licking
is.
My face.
Yeah, that was so fun on the last episode. If you watched our YouTube version, you got to see Jasmine going to town on JP's face. I'm surprised she didn't just mount you and just hump away.
I mean, I have that effect on people.
Yeah,
given the chance, she would have jumped on your lap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so the reason for the Zoom episode tonight is TR ran into a friend who had COVID exposure. Jesus Christ. Is the dog okay?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
TR? You good?
Hi.
Is he there? Hey, buddy.
You bitch. You little bitch.
Hi,
Am I
buddy.
too loud?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Great.
That was
She's sitting there looking so guilty.
perfect time. She got caught on your headphones, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was watching JP, and then all of a sudden you're, and we look up and your headset's on the floor.
I watched it all unfold in glorious slow-mo.
Oh, it's funny.
And now two of the dogs are playing, so if you hear an odd noise,
Yeah, that's the dogs, all right.
that's
Jesus.
Whoa.
okay.
Yes, we were watching X-Men animated series. This episode is called the Unstoppable Juggernaut, but it should have been called the very punnable Juggernaut. The dude is the king of puns, and bad jokes. Like the whole, I think that's his superpower. I don't think he's just super unstoppable. I really think he's just super stupid joke teller. Like that.
There was tons of throwaway lines in this, like
Puns.
Once we'll get into the script here with TR, I'm sure he's got it down. But one of my favorites, though, just off the bat, was when it was Rogue, maybe referred to him as a mutant. He goes, "I'm no mutant. My powers are magical."
Magical. Yeah.
So if you know anything about Juggernaut, he's got that amulet that gives him his unstoppable.
What do they?
strength.
He's the avatar of destruction.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Yep. Yeah. Whatever that means, but yeah.
Without further ado, though, we should get into the script. Go ahead, buddy, and then we'll just start from the top.
Yep. So yeah, like we mentioned, this is where Disney Plus starts getting out of order. So this is episode 10. The Blackbird is flying home from Geonosia, where it turns out that it wasn't the mutant paradise they promised. And then the end of the last episode, we saw that the X-Mansion was just destroyed. So the X-Men frantically search the rubble for survivors, specifically Professor X, and Jean tries to find him, psychically, telepathically, whatever, and she can't find him, which she's like, that means he's not here.
What
or he's unconscious.
What bothers me about that, she's one of the strongest telepaths in the world. She just doesn't have good control over it. But yet this makes her seem like she has no power when she's like, I don't know. I can't tell if he's here or not.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah. I really thought that they were going to find Professor X's wheelchair or something ominous like that, but we didn't get any of that.
Well, he couldn't have gone far. Not this. 80% of this town is not handicap accessible. So.
Yeah. So it turns out that the airplane hangar, it wasn't damaged, and neither was the war room. So they go to the war room where Professor X left a message before the attack that destroyed the mansion saying, "Hey, y'all, peace out for a while. Yeah. Love, Professor X."
Yeah,
and that was it. There was
so
just
weird.
No explanation. Like, X out, what's up? and in case you guys were wondering what I was doing, it's Nunya.
Nunya business.
What does he mean by Nunya?
Yeah, it's a super cryptic message about him being on an important mission.
Yeah, that was really dumb because, when you read stuff like that, it should lead somewhere. Give some kind of clue. That gave nothing. It was just like, my X-Men, I am God.
Well, if you remember from the last episode, he contacted Moira McTaggart.
Oh, yeah.
If you're linking those, you know that he's going somewhere to...
But I'm an 11-year-old kid in 1992. You guys are even younger. We wouldn't have picked up on that. You know what I mean? It just seems like it was I was loose 3. Connection. You were 3. Yeah.
Gross.
I actually watched it in 92.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it was maybe 95 when it was running on Fox Kids.
Spider-Man was also on Fox Kids. Fantastic Four had an animated thing.
Yeah, Spider-Man was a lot bigger for us than X-Men was.
They both were big for me. Spider-Man was later than X-Men, but I was a fan of both.
Great show too.
Mm-hmm. We'll do that one next when we're all done with X-Men.
God damn right.
I think it starts off with a Kirk Connors episode, if I remember right.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I've watched it a few times, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, back to the Juggernaut.
Sure.
So we don't know who destroyed the house. What I don't get is, so the war room is there, but yet the rest
and the hangar.
The rest of the house is demolished to the ground. Yet
that would make sense because those are underground.
True.
You know, so Wolverine decides, screw this, I'm going off on my own, kind of out of nowhere. But
as he normally does.
This, I realized how some of the stuff, it's kind of choppy as far as motivation, that sort of thing goes. I realized each one of these episodes, which are 22 minutes, including all the credits.
Yeah.
That's not including commercial breaks, but 22 minutes, and these are covering more than one issue story arcs per episode.
True.
So they do have to move fast.
Yeah, they are including a lot in there. I don't know. At this point, I was thinking we'd be further along because they did a recap at the beginning of the episode. Then they took us back like a minute in the story. And I was like, holy crap, quit wasting our time. We've already seen this. Because you were just talking.
They go back to Genosha.
You were talking about the 22 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, and they're wasting it most of the time.
Well, and sometimes it's hard because stuff will get cut from a script.
Yeah.
Because the network decided, no, we don't want that. So then they have to, like, well, we've already had it animated and voiced. What are we supposed to? We don't have the 6 months to wait for animation.
True.
So they sort of recycle stuff, I think.
That's probably true.
That didn't bug me too much because, honestly, in this episode, we get to meet two great characters.
Yes. First one being Colossus.
Right. Yeah, so Wolverine goes off on his own, and Scott sends the ladies, except for Jean, to go find him. And Jubilee is looking for Wolverine. They all split up when they find his Jeep.
Here's this dumb. Wait, just 1 second. He walks away. A second later, they're like, you go find Wolverine. He couldn't have gone very far. It was literally like 2 seconds. And then
he's quick.
Jeep.
And they talk about sending out a search party for him. And I'm like, he literally is probably right out the door.
Yeah. So Jubilee, while she's looking for Wolverine, she thinks she found the guy who destroyed the X-Mansion.
Yeah.
It turns out to be who we all know as Colossus, and he's at a construction site, and he knocks down a building single-handedly, while the workers, the other construction workers, are furious at him for it.
My comrades, we do the work together, yes?
I absolutely loved everything about the Colossus storyline in this episode because I have a pitch for a movie based on it. Like, coming this summer, Colossus is a fish out of water. Why do Americans run from me? What I have done wrong?
His Russian...
everything that happens, he just... Why are you doing this?
Hey, guys. I'm going to be sending you a new link in a minute. We've got our time limit here in about 10 minutes. So just to give you a heads up that we will be coming right back. But when I say we'll be taking a short break, I'll let you know. Okay, so Colossus, the actor, right? His Russian accent's worse than mine. I mean, it was bad.
I don't think it was that bad. Well, I haven't heard yours.
It's okay. It's just stereotypical Russian. I mean,
it's
very textbook. How do I do Russian in voice acting cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then when we
not
get
as bad as like Rocky and Bullwinkle.
When we get
kids though,
you
kind of want that.
I have some words when we get to Juggernaut. This was bad.
I do too. But everything about the Colossus storyline just made me so happy because wacky accidents just seem to follow him around.
No, he's just trying to tote the communist flag. We all work together. We get paid the same rate. I do all the work. Everyone gets $20.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, and then
So-
one of the construction workers straight up tries to like drive a truck into it. Not
Murder him.
tries,
Straight up murder
straight
him.
up
He tries to
does.
murder him.
I was
He
gonna
tries
say
to murder him.
what was up with that.
Oh, you did all the work yourself.
That was crazy because the guy bailed at the last second, jumps out of a moving truck and lets it plow into him. And it's like, dude,
Which, of
what are
course-
you doing?
Yeah, he's Colossus. But like the thing is, that seems ridiculous.
Indeed.
Little
Until
bit.
you
It also-
remember how recently we have watched footage of people driving through crowds of protesters.
I
So,
know. It was
also,
very apropos.
escalating the situation from 0 to like 8,000. Like, he did all the work himself. I'm just gonna murder him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was just so weird. It was like really just on the spur of the moment, you're just gonna murder somebody. I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse, anybody?
And before that, they were
Jeez.
screaming, he's a mutant scab. So, he's got 3 strikes against him because he's Russian, and you can tell that they're against that.
He's
Yes.
Russian. He's employee
does-
of the month.
Yeah. for these reasons, and really it's the Russian and mutant thing. That's really why they hate him, and that's why the one crazy guy was like, hey, I'm gonna straight up murder this dude.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know.
Seems like a natural progression of events.
Do you think the
He
dude
took
lost his
my
job?
job.
Do you think he lost his job after that?
Yeah, do you think he got fired after the attempted vehicular homicide?
Yeah,
I-
you literally you killed our best employee. So, or
I
attempted to.
mean,
Sean,
slap on the wrist at least.
this is a
or write
tough
up.
this is a tough conversation we're gonna have to have here, Sean. But you're suspended without pay for 2 days. Why don't you go ahead and go home?
This is fucking bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Throws his thermos. Great, now my thermos is broken.
Chucks his metal lunchbox at him. Next motherfucker's
Yeah.
gonna get my metal.
Okay, anyone who didn't get that reference, that is a Marilyn Manson song called
Lunchbox. Yeah.
Next
That was a good-
Motherfucker's
gonna
get
get
my
my
medal.
medal
Next
next
motherfucker's get my.
John, it's about beating up kids on the playground with a metal lunchbox.
Yep, that
Cool.
filled with rocks.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've got this really cool Weezer metal lunchbox that I was going to start using for real.
This
You work at a school, so you gotta bring
Yeah.
you gotta bring your lunch.
I got to bring. Well, I do got to bring my
Oh.
lunch. School food is awful.
See, you, JP, that's weird because you went a different place than I thought you were going to. You were like, oh, it's a school, so you have to bring your lunch. I thought you were going to go, it's a school, so you have to be able to get somewhere
Protect
to get
yourself.
the kids to
Just
shut up.
protect yourself. I mean, it's awful in there.
Well, I mean, you gotta proclaim yourself as Lord of the Playground.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm
Now,
the
especially-
alpha.
especially
and,
this year. How am I
today
gonna-
we're going to be seeing who wants to challenge my authority, kids.
especially now because I gotta make kids wear masks. Most of these
Yeah.
kids come from homes that are anti-mask, and it's tough. And yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait.
I love my job.
I love my job.
Continue with the
Wow.
episode. Continue with the episode.
Yeah. So Wolverine decides he jumps in and saves Jubilee from a falling wall that Colossus had knocked the shit out of without knowing she was there. So Wolverine sees the humans going to attack Colossus, tells Jubilee, hang on, let's wait, see what he does. Decides, oh yeah, this is totally our guy. This is the dude that fucked up the mansion. So he jumps in, Jubilee jumps in, and they're trying to beat the hell out of him.
Jubilee,
And Colossus just, I mean, like he's so overpowered. And Wolverine keeps trying the same thing. All right, I'm gonna jump on him piggyback style
From his back.
behind. Yeah,
Yep.
like Chicken Wars. It's not even piggyback. It's like Chicken Wars.
Yep.
And every time Colossus grabs both of his hands and
Just
pulls him and
flips
holds him
him.
upside down.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, he
what
tries
are you
this tactic
doing?
twice.
And that's
Yeah,
funny.
he
He
tried-
does it. He's so calm. He's like, "What are you doing?"
yeah, and Colossus. And then when Jubilee starts
This is
attacking
dumb.
Colossus, like he just bends some rebar around her to hold her in
Yep.
place, like this.
It's so funny.
Now
She's-
you are leaving alone.
Yeah, she's doing her fancy little spirit fingers, and then
Yep.
he's just walking right up to her, going, "You need to stop. This is crazy."
This bothers me. So Wolverine is being held, he's at the mercy of Colossus, and he goes,
It ain't him.
"You ain't the guy I'm looking for." Like, that's really what he smells, that it was the wrong guy.
Because he
Which-
smells like because he doesn't smell like X-Men rubble. I don't understand where.
Well, he did see Wolverine. We skipped over this, I guess. He did find footprints
Yeah.
at the mansion, so he took a nice whiff of that.
He got
and
some.
caught
He
the
got some.
bouquet.
Yeah, he got a nice whiff of
Just not
Foot.
sure what you could.
foot.
Not sure what
odor.
you could glean off of a smelled footprint. Like,
Well, why,
that's because you're a human.
why didn't
I
Wolverine?
understand. But
Why didn't
still.
Wolverine go sniff Colossus's feet?
He was trying to. He was working from the head down.
Yeah,
Right.
He didn't want to be too forward.
Oh, I can tell it's not him. So yeah, Wolverine's super sense of smell leads him to tell Jubilee it's not our guy, and she's like, "What? Just because he said so?"
Yeah.
I love that line.
So after they figure out, hey, it's not Colossus, Rogue gets a hold of them and says that the First National Bank, I don't know why I wrote down that detail that it was First National Bank, but all right.
Yeah, that was funny.
That it's being robbed, and we see it cuts to Rogue, and we see that half the building is gone, and police are like hauling off Colossus, like as though he's the guy that did it, and he's
Yeah, we didn't even know he was there. That's what's really weird.
yeah.
Well,
And he says as they're dragging him away, because he got paid for destroying the building.
yeah.
He says he was just there to open an account, which was true, but he's a mutant, so he obviously did it, type of thing.
And a Russian.
And he's super strong.
By the way, 2-minute warning for the
Yeah.
video.
Oh yeah. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break. We will be right back. Peace. And we're back. So TR, continue. We were talking about we just met Colossus, or he just got arrested.
Yeah, Colossus was being hauled off to jail for robbing the bank, and Wolverine immediately knows that Colossus didn't do it, and Rogue says something vaguely sexual about Colossus,
Yeah.
which is a running theme throughout the rest of the episode. Like, anytime you see Rogue, she's like, that slab of Russian man meat.
Yes, she did say that.
Nice.
And
I'd be a fan of riding him.
She also called him tall, dark, and handsome. He is Russian. He is white as can be.
Yeah, he's very pasty.
Yeah, they don't get a whole
Also-
lot of sun out there. And
Yeah, and he's very shiny.
Indeed.
Yeah. made of metal.
He's a little bit got a little bit of a hard edge to him.
Yeah.
So you guys remember Colossus from X3? How bad they messed that up?
Just Colossus in general.
Colossus, you bitch.
That's Juggernaut.
That's Juggernaut.
Yo, Juggernaut. Yeah.
Wait,
how much they fucked up Colossus in X-Men 3?
okay, all of them. I was gonna get to Juggernaut when we got to talking about Juggernaut. But
Sorry, that's on me.
everything got messed up with those characters, and they were such great characters that I was looking forward to. And then
3 was just bad.
It was just all around terrible.
It was a bit of
He's just
a
bad in general.
well, and X-Men movies, the third ones just aren't very good from what we can tell.
Is Future Past though? So good.
But that was the second one.
Was it?
Yep, it was
First Class and then
First
Future
Class,
Class.
Days of Future Past,
Past,
and then
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Gotcha.
Apocalypse
Yeah, you're
was the
right.
bad
You're
one.
right. Apocalypse was rough.
Well,
Forgot about
wait,
that one.
where does Dark Phoenix come in?
That's like the fourth one.
That
Oh,
is
for the
fourth
for
one,
the
yeah.
For the
First Class
reboots?
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So Rogue and Storm decide that they're going to go help Colossus, and Wolverine and Jubilee go and find the real murderer. So they hook up with OJ, and they are on the road.
Boom.
The metal
On the
glove
road.
does not fit. You must have quit.
No golf course will go unscoured for the real killer.
They jump into a white Ford truck Bronco. I'm sorry, couldn't remember. A white Bronco.
Yeah. Insensitive of me. My apologies.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. It's not as. I mean, I know. Is it too soon for OJ jokes or what?
no.
So, Storm and Rogue decide the best way to help out Colossus is let's break him the fuck out of jail.
My favorite part of this is Beast is right there,
I
still
love it.
in jail from episode 1.
He's my favorite.
And he
Waiting for
once
my day
again
in
refuses to escape.
He's waiting for his
Beast-
day in court. Beast believes
Yep.
that the way to solve the mutant-human relations is to play by the rules and show them that mutants are willing to do what's asked of them. He's not stopping them from releasing Colossus or anything like that.
No,
But
he encouraged it.
But he's not going to be one of those guys.
Right.
Well,
the
he also
reason
has
that
he also
said-
has the thing of he is an American citizen, where
yeah.
Colossus probably isn't.
Yeah, he did introduce himself when you first meet him. I am Colossus of Russia.
Yes.
I have red card. I can be here.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you're there. Yes.
There was something I was gonna say. Oh, the
Welcome
reason
to my
that
world.
Beast
Yeah.
wanted Colossus to be broken out because he was completely innocent, but Beast himself was not innocent of the crime he was accused of.
True.
He was
Yeah.
guilty,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
his
yeah.
argument in court would be that
Which-
this was
why would-
justifiable.
Why would Beast know that Colossus was innocent? He's been in this cell since episode 1. You're just gonna take
That's
some
true.
random Russian mutant's
That's
word
true.
for it?
How would he know? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. My powers of deductive reasoning
Yeah.
made me come to the
Beast is
conclusion that
very
you
smart.
are innocent.
He
He's
just
the-
looked at him and knew.
he
He
just
did
knew.
calculations.
He
Yeah, it's
just
part of his
knew.
untold magical powers.
Colossus actually initially refuses to escape. And
Yeah, because the
Beast is
food's
the
better
one
than
that
anything he's
convinced
ever eaten in Russia.
Whoa. That's racist.
Is it?
No, that's
him.
foodist.
That's xenophobic.
Is that what that is? You don't.
Yeah.
It's food.
You ain't from here. That's xenophobic.
Here's some
Y'all ain't
baloney.
from round here.
This is
are
incredible.
ya? Oh my
This-
god, bologna sandwich better than boiled turnip any day.
I have never had
It's-
bread that I did not use as a hammer first. This bread is nice, soft. Use pillow.
You don't have to use the ends pieces for hammers.
Worse than stepping on a Lego is stepping on the end piece of a
Russian bread.
Russian crust.
Yeah. So yeah, we cut to Juggernaut robbing a bank like nothing. He busts into the vault.
How are you gonna stop him?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
He's the unstoppable Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So Wolverine and Jubilee are waiting for him outside.
Right.
And so are the police and a police tank, which felt odd because I feel like the cops generally didn't have tanks in 1992 as much as they do now.
Yeah.
But maybe they were just psychic and foreshadowing.
Well,
the
you know what?
insane militarization.
Early
I mean,
'90s.
in a world filled with mutants, I think the police would have tanks. in a world populated by guys like Magneto,
and
who's basically a homeland terrorist. I
And
think
guys like
local police forces would have.
guys like Trask and the other guys that are part
Yeah.
of the project that has been trying to
I think
kidnap
it makes
mutants.
narrative sense.
Yeah. So the police tell Juggernaut, "Hey, we'd love it if you stopped or we'll shoot at you." And
nice.
he goes, "Ha ha ha." And they shoot the shit out of him. They're like, I tried counting how many tank shells they shot at him. It was like 5. And then the regular laser gun looking things that were very of the era, 92. Like because how are you going to show that a gun was shot? So they do the red light basically.
Yeah.
But, so they're shooting the shit out of him for a while. And then, all right, ceasefire. And Juggernaut is, you're in my personal space, and charges him and just throws him this way and that, sends him flying,
he
wipes
decimates
through
him.
him like nothing. Yeah,
He's the
because that's
Juggernaut,
what
bitch.
Juggernaut does.
He's
Right.
the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
I know. That's my favorite line from the movie, and it's the dumbest line ever.
So after Juggernaut just wipes the floor with the cops, Wolverine follows close behind him, sneaks up, and cuts open the bags that Juggernaut is using to carry all the money from the bank.
Stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, isn't the Juggernaut like, wow, these bags were really heavy. Now they're very light.
He's so strong that the bags were probably not heavy to him.
The difference was so minute, he didn't notice. No, he's the Juggernaut, bitch. I mean, come on.
True.
I mean,
Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm a Juggernaut.
So the money obviously just falls right out, and Wolverine sends Jubilee with a bunch of stacks of money back.
My favorite part is Jubilee runs into the bank and goes, "Here, the rest is in the alley." And then the expression on the employees' faces are like, "Well, the cops are getting messed up by the Juggernaut. Looks like this money is still missing, if you know what I mean, Stacy."
Yeah. Thank you, little girl, for returning this and then not telling anyone about it, right?
Yeah. The look on their face was like,
All right.
Sweet.
So tell me, what kind of accent do you think the guy that's playing the Juggernaut was going for?
I don't
because there was like there was a hint of something in some of his voice,
I don't know. I couldn't really pick up on like an accent.
Yeah, I couldn't pick up on an accent. It was more, I guess a little Brooklyn. There's a little Brooklyn in there.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm going to put
a little touch of Brooklyn.
Maybe bad stand-up comedian.
Big space.
No, I'm saying back when Brooklyn was Brooklyn. Hey.
From New York. Anyway.
Where I choose to live is a huge part of my identity over here.
You live in South Dakota.
I know.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Continue.
Do you guys like it when Jubilee is trying to use her sparkler fingers and he's just like, that tickles?
Oh, that's later. Yeah.
Yeah. But at one point, Jubilee... So, yeah, she runs back to go help Wolverine, who is now confronting Juggernaut. You know what they say about a fool and his money. Juggernaut notices the empty bags finally. And bitch slaps Wolverine basically and sends him flying and hurts him pretty bad. Jubilee screams, "Get away from him!" And Wolverine's like, "Don't." Yeah,
you're not needed here.
I'm fine.
Yeah, go run away. And
Jubilee, I got this great tactic. I jump on his neck and he grabs me by my arms and he tosses me off. It's part of the plan.
Yeah.
This is gonna work great.
I got this. Remember how I was in control with Colossus earlier? Same thing.
Same thing, except this dude's bigger.
This time it's gonna work. Third time's the charm.
And this dude literally is unstoppable. So Colossus, you stand a chance.
Yeah. They did know, Wolverine and Storm and I think Rogue did know once they saw him who it was. That it was Juggernaut.
What I don't like is, like, very quickly he alludes to that he's Charles's brother, but they don't explain that very well at all. They just
I didn't even remember that. I didn't even pick up on that at all.
I stopped by to see my brother Charles.
Yep.
I think that's it.
And wasn't even paying attention, I guess. I didn't even remember that.
Home.
I don't even remember that.
And then,
I thought he was using it like ironically.
No, and then because they are half brothers, and I
totally forgot about that.
And then
I think were they step brothers or half brothers?
Oh, I guess I'm the wrong person.
One or the other, but the point is they're not very close. And Kane Marco, the Juggernaut, he's always been jealous, and when that'll come up in a little bit later in the episode,
right?
Some of his insecurities.
Yeah. So after Wolverine confronts Juggernaut and it goes the way you would expect, Jubilee confronts Juggernaut and it goes the way that you would expect.
She wins?
No. Rogue jumps in and so does Colossus. And Colossus and Juggernaut get into a throwing vehicles at each other match.
That was fun.
Yeah. It starts with a car and then it goes to a truck and then it goes to a tank. I mean, they stepped it up nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, my money would be on the Juggernaut, or no, excuse me, the Colossus, because he's probably Olympic trained.
Yeah, for throwing, sure.
For the throwing.
Goddamn right.
But when Juggernaut has his magic amulet that he wears, he's literally unstoppable. So that's
But he's not a competition thrower. He's just a mad.
He's just a
try and destroy stuff thrower.
Yeah,
I think Colossus has got the distance game.
Yeah, you're right.
He gets the angle better. He gets the spin just right. Yeah.
Yep. And he's got the, he sets himself nicely. He's got the push off. And that's a gold medal. That's a win for Russia.
So yeah, in the shot put, Juggernaut versus the Colossus. Colossus takes the gold.
And then when Colossus gets the gold, they look at Juggernaut and he's like, "Oh, where's my medal? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch."
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm gonna put that clip in to the intro of the episode of him saying that. Yeah,
I'm Juggernaut, bitch.
Anyway,
we need a I'm the Juggernaut bitch ticker, like how many times we've said it.
Yep.
Yeah, drinking game.
That would be awesome.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So, the rest of the X-Men show up, and Storm literally throws a building at Juggernaut.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
which I know it's not populated.
And here's the thing I gotta ask: does she always have to verbally telegraph for her powers to work?
She must.
I
think that was just the voice actress's way of getting more lines in the show.
It could be.
Could be.
North winds come.
Good for her.
Yes.
Good for her.
Northern winds create ice.
Yeah, Arctic winds. Yep.
Arctic.
Yeah,
winds.
they did that. She did that when they were escaping the prison.
Mm-hmm.
After Colossus smashed a hole through the wall, she froze it back over with ice from the Arctic winds
to keep the guards from coming after. Yeah, go on.
So, she literally throws a building at Juggernaut, and Jubilee freaks out. You killed him. And Jean, no, nothing. We don't know of anything that kills him. So Scott, while they have a second to breathe, Scott comes up with a plan. And basically it's the plan that they always have. Get the helmet off him because his helmet is stopping Jean Grey from getting into his mind.
Yeah. That must have been a gift from from Magneto. Magneto's the one who really came up with that idea of blocking psychic powers so he can do what he wants to do. And now, lo and behold, one of his evil mutants has the same helmet.
Yeah, one of the Brotherhood.
But
although he's not a mutant. He's just got magic powers and hates Charles Xavier.
But they've always included him in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
I know, which is weird because anyway. So basically the plan is work like a team for a change.
Yeah, I like how he jabs it.
Yeah.
We got to work like a team for a change.
Shit stain.
I love how he looks at Wolverine. Yeah. Looks at Wolverine. We got to work like a team, guys, for a change.
All but poking him. Poking him and going, we got to work like a team. All but poking him in the forehead.
All right, man. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah. They're in the middle of a fight against an unstoppable monster who clearly has no problem with, at the very least, property destruction, but, presumably murder. And his response is, hang on, I got to be a dick to Wolverine.
Yeah, I gotta get this done. I gotta check it off my daily list.
Yeah. Guys, we're in a lot of trouble and we might die. Wolverine, you're a piece of shit.
Okay, so we're in 5 episodes. I think we've watched 5 now, or is this number 6 we've watched?
It's 6.
No, this is 7, I think.
Okay, so in all those episodes, we've met how many villains? We've met Magneto, Sabretooth, Juggernaut.
Well, we met a lot on Genosha.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Right, I mean, if you're including Trask, Senator Kelly,
Thanks
that
a lot,
weird
Tyler.
doctor guy.
Why don't we work together like a team for a change?
Okay, back to the team. All right, back to the teamwork stuff. Wolverine, he had a funny line about that at the end where he's just like,
yeah, maybe this teamwork bullshit isn't so bad, but
I wish he would have said bullshit. That would have been awesome.
This teamwork stuff, it's all right.
Fucking bullshit.
You know, Cyclops, when you recommended teamwork, I kind of thought you were full of shit and
Like, well, at first
possibly,
I thought you wanted to
you
like get with
intercourse
me.
with goats.
Yeah. When you first said teamwork, I thought you meant a threesome, and that was just weird. So.
Is Gene gonna be there? Is Gene gonna be there? I'll be there.
So Jean can't get through the helmet with her powers. So they come up with a plan to remove his helmet.
Yeah.
By working together.
As soon as they tear off his helmet, like Wolverine slashes the shit out of it with his claws, and I think Colossus rips it off.
He was using the tried and true attack of getting on his back.
Yeah. But this time
works every time.
Instead of jumping on his back and then doing fuck all, he actually jumped on his back and slashed at the helmet. So they get the helmet off him, and Rogue immediately jumps and grabs his face with her bare hand to absorb his power, which it turns out was a bad idea. Since he's fueled by magic, she absorbs his personality and like just way too much power.
Yep.
And Storm's trying to help her, but
she has a Dark Phoenix kind of moment.
Yeah, she does. And you know, Charles, they always loved you more. I'm gonna fuck you up for that.
Right. That was so strange.
Yeah, like she starts absorbing the specific rage of Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So Storm's doing what she can. Like, hold on, don't keep doing what you're doing, Rogue. Like, she's got no idea what to do. Yeah. So they go flying up, and Rogue just sort of releases this huge amount of energy and falls unconscious.
Like the craziest scream ever.
Yeah,
it was so weird. I was listening, going,
it felt voice actor.
It felt it was definitely like spine tingling scream. I was like,
I mean, it's good for what is going on because the power is completely unmatched and like something she's never felt before. But it was just like, oh my god,
it was perfect. But it was perfect for the moment, but it was fucking weird.
But it didn't fit with the rest of the show because the rest of the show is done so poorly with that kind of stuff, and hers was, like we were just saying, straight on,
quite intense.
Yeah, I mean, she did a great job at that. Whoever did that screaming, because it was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of stuff, the sound effects wise, it is really of the era. Because if you look at other shows of the era, they were all using, I mean, like the Wilhelm scream is, it's been used forever. It's like that. There's sort of cycles of the same sort of stuff, the same sound effects. And most of the stuff that we get here is just really of the era. You'd find it in Ninja Turtles or, G.I. Joe, whatever.
I couldn't.
That was an odd.
Hey,
no, that was a bad orgasm.
Okay, how did they get his helmet off? The damn thing is riveted to his collar of his uniform.
Wolverine
rips
through it.
Adamantium, man.
Still.
And then Colossus came up and ripped the rest off and got thrown by Juggernaut.
True. And then his head was so tiny when the helmet came off.
Well,
it's little.
Because with the helmet, it goes straight into his shoulders.
Yeah.
So when he has a head instead of a weird nipple on top of his shoulders, it does look weird, like a nipple with eyes and a mouth.
While we've been sitting here, I've been sketching the Juggernaut.
I like the lower one. That's my Juggernaut right there.
This guy?
Yeah, the little one. Yeah, look at that. That'd be great.
That's your Juggernaut.
While we've been chatting, this is what I've been doing, drawing the Juggernaut.
see that lower one there seems like dance club Juggernaut, like dancing like.
Yep. This is robot Juggernaut, and then this is more realistic, but
yeah.
It's so dumb because even though it was smaller, it still was not in proportion with his muscles and things like that.
Yeah, I expect. I mean, not twice as big as it was, but it was fairly small for his frame.
Right.
We'll say that.
Yep.
So,
and he's got red hair. That was surprising.
Did he have red hair or blonde?
It was orange.
It was red. It was red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remembered wrong.
He has red hair.
I thought so.
So with his helmet finally off, Jean Grey with Cerebro's helmet thingy steps in and gives him amnesia.
Weird.
which you see him stumbling away.
Doesn't seem
And,
like,
like-
the right choice to me, but
No,
No.
like he has no idea that he's this powerful and stuff.
I'm not
So as he's
capturing him.
walking away, he leans against a wall and he like crushes the shit out of it because he doesn't know how strong he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
he
he's
just like
like-
falls
now
into
he's
the
like-
brick.
Now he's like brain drunk. Great.
Yeah. So I guess that's when Rogue goes apeshit and then unconscious. And then it cuts back to where the X-Mansion once was, and they're sort of wrapping everything up and talking to Colossus and saying, you're the professor isn't here, but you're more than welcome anytime. You can stay here with us, be part of the team.
Yep.
And
He says no.
I will help rebuild house, but I must find sister.
Yeah. The other thing is too, so they made a lot of references to Rogue and Colossus, and he caught her when she fell out of the sky, and she made a lot of comments about how he's so tall and handsome and man meat. In the comics, they have a well documented relationship all through the comics, so it was nice that they at least played up to that a little bit. I hope they kind of bring it back later. I don't remember if they do or not, but
I don't either. I found myself, this was one of the earlier episodes where I start getting lost in it a little bit, where I start kind of, okay, I'm really watching it.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's just watch the next episode. Screw it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to limit myself because otherwise I'm going to get too confused as to what I've watched.
Oh, what you've watched when? I
Yeah.
literally only just watched the one that we're gonna watch, and then I purposely stopped till next until we're ready to go again, because otherwise I'd forget. And
Yeah.
okay, so they're back at the X Mansion. We still haven't seen Charles,
Right.
which is weird. They went a whole episode without having him at all.
Yeah, just the recorded message.
Yep. And then so we still don't know why. I mean, yes, he said brother, but we don't know how close or how distant of a relationship they had. I felt like for a Saturday morning cartoon for kids, a lot of open-ended questions there.
Yeah. Well, and this show, and I think it did it pretty deftly, it dealt with a lot of topics that children's shows usually really drop the ball on. I mean, usually, because the X-Men themselves, it's about bigotry, it's about racism. That's the
Right.
core of the X-Men, and they have that on display in the show, but they're not doing it like who are bad people? People who judge each other based on skin color.
They
I
should
mean,
have.
they
That
did
would've
it in
been
a
really
dark,
good.
gritty, fun way. And I remember when I was a kid, the one that was a nerd was Cyclops because he followed the rules.
Yeah.
And the one that was badass was Wolverine. You wanted the gritty, dark, badass guy.
Yeah. Cyclops, I always really liked because I loved his uniform. It was so bold. I mean, his gloves are like bright yellow, and I always liked the because in the older comics he had a full visor hood, right, full cowl, and in this cartoon they introduced him with the half cowl that only comes halfway up his head, and then they started doing it in the X-Men '90s comic book. Which
I think I prefer the look of it without the full top of the head cowl thing.
It's a very 90s look. I liked the look of it too. Gambit has it. Jean Grey has it. They kind of went with it for a lot of their characters, I think, so to give more personality, so
Archangel.
they could design the top of their head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Archangel did too, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep. So it's
Although
a look they went
Angel,
with for
if
a
I
lot of
remember
characters.
right, didn't wear a mask when he was just Angel.
Right. It was later,
Yeah.
which I don't know a lot about his character. Warren Worthington the third. The third. Anyway, so that left us kind of on a cliffhanger. We don't know what happened to Juggernaut. We don't know. They didn't talk about his magic amulet at all.
No, they didn't get into his origins. Right now, I think what they're doing is introducing a bunch of characters at the beginning, so when we get into the bigger stuff later,
right,
we'll know the characters and they'll delve into them more later, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
But also, and I mentioned this before we started recording, each one of these episodes, and again, 22 minutes, but they're doing multiple issue arcs. So if
I
we
thought it was a
say
good
that
episode though.
yeah, I
Oh.
did too. But
This was the best so far.
Yeah. If this were in floppies, this would be more than one floppy. This story.
I'd be like 4
yeah.
at least.
So because a regular comic book, you're looking at usually 20, 22 pages.
Yes.
So this, with them doing 4, they're getting 25 seconds per page.
True.
So there's going to be stuff that they just simply can't put in. And also there's, production stuff, the slow animation.
So scale of 1 to 10. TR.
Honestly, it was the best one for me so far. I'm going to give it a 9.
Oh,
9.
that's what I was going to do.
Ooh.
God, fine.
I'm gonna go 8. Because the only thing that brought it down for me was just the one-liners and the really bad jokes from Juggernaut. They were bad.
Yeah,
Good. They
like
don't
he's
fit.
talking
They're
about
awful. They're
always
awful.
crushing his cans before he recycles them. When he's
Yeah, I
fighting.
wonder if he can reach. I wonder if I can recycle him.
Yeah, the recycling jokes were crazy. I was
Hey,
like, what?
nobody told me it was the 4th of July. Like,
You're right. He
I'm
did
here
have
all
a
week.
New York kind of accent.
a little bit. It's just like it was very just friggin' insult comic. Just what's she gonna do?
And he
Throw a
kinda
diaper at
had-
me? Come on, I'm the
Kind of
Juggernaut
had
bitch.
those. He has those weird wraps on his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it makes me think of Andrew Dice Clay because he's always got
Yeah,
weightlifting
he's
gloves on
Andrew
for no
Dice
reason.
Dice
Clay.
Clay.
X-Men.
Dice always had the motorcycle
fingerless,
gloves.
the weightlifting
Yeah.
gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Hickory dickory dock.
Little Miss Muffet sat in the tuffet eating the
What
cud's
did-
away. Along came a
what
spider,
did-
sat down beside. He said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch?"
What did he pass away from? I don't remember. He cancer? I mean,
Andrew Dice Clay's
His
still
kid-
alive.
He's still alive, I thought.
Yeah, he's still alive.
who am I thinking of then? Dice Clay, right? He's got the leather jacket, the lifting
Yeah.
gloves,
He
slick
just did a
hair.
show like
Dice
3
Clay.
years ago.
Why? I don't know. I thought he passed away, cancer
No.
or something.
No,
Okay.
nobody kills the Dice Man. The Dice Man kills you, eh?
And what happened was that was originally a character. The Dice Man was a
Yeah.
character, but somehow he
Hey.
slipped into that's just who I am.
We
And
can
he's
make
a
fun of
joke
Andrew Dice.
thief, which is why I don't like him.
Oh, that's fine. We can make fun of Andrew Dice Clay all we want, but that dude made Buco Bank in the '80s.
Oh yeah.
He
I
definitely
don't
did.
like him.
He sold out arenas.
What did you
Yep.
say, TR? About why you didn't like him?
Well, first off, he's a piece of shit. He's a misogynist, a bigot.
That's what I was. Okay.
He's
I
a
was just gonna
product
But
of
second
I
of
mean,
all, he's a joke.
masculine
thief.
'80s. Yeah.
He's
yeah,
what?
yeah.
He's a joke thief.
Oh yeah, he is that. But
Yeah, and
he's
he's
very
open
he's very
about it.
he's very racist. When I
Very
was-
racist, misogynistic, homophobic.
when I listened to his stuff, I was like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
That was part of the
I-
abrasive humor, though. I'm not trying to defend him or anything, but
Oh,
it was
what
a complete and utter product of 80s
Sam
toxic
Kinison.
masculinity.
Yeah.
Like Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison was a little bit more
Do you know what?
abrasive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam
He got
Kinison is who I'm
worse
thinking
and
of, right?
worse.
Yeah,
Sam
always
Kinison
back.
died. Sam died.
He's
right?
dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead.
He had
Oh, yeah.
he was short. He had longer hair, and he was
Yeah. French coat.
And he'd
Yeah.
scream into the mic.
Yeah.
And one of his big things is he hated the USSR. So one night he's going on this huge rant. What have they ever done, those fucking Reds? What have they ever done before us? And a guy in the crowd just screams, Sputnik. Shut him the fuck down.
That's awesome. That would have ruined a special real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, overall, I really think this episode was fun. I gave it an 8 just
Yeah.
because the jokes got to me a little bit, but it was a good X-Men episode. It was good. Everybody was using their powers for once. You know?
I really like the deeper stuff, when it kind of brings up a little bit of origin story, some history. So when he was alluding to Xavier, I was really getting excited. I'm like, yeah, let's find out how these guys know each other. And then they didn't.
Well, and we still have plenty of episodes to go.
I know.
What's
I know.
next,
I mean,
though?
we're
What's
in
next
season
chronologically?
one.
Can I jump back to where we were and be okay, or like what's
I'll
next?
have to check,
Okay,
but I believe so.
all right.
I
I'm really
How did
excited because I saw the Days of Future Past episodes coming, and I'm like, those are gonna be awesome.
those are coming up.
Those were good.
So all right. After Unstoppable Juggernaut is The Cure, and
That's the next one
then-
chronologically, then yeah.
Yep, and then come the Apocalypse, and Band-Aids, which so literally they just took the Unstoppable
and
Juggernaut
with-
and moved it back too.
Yeah, and with the obviously with the Apocalypse stuff comes the Days of Future Past stuff. Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That's
might,
maybe
go,
like-
I might go rewatch that movie.
Maybe like 2-3 weeks, we'll probably do another one of these. I would say 2, maybe. We're on
Yeah,
a roll.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got anything on the horizon for guests or anything like that. So we'll see what's coming up for this weekend. JP, anything on the baby news?
She's still breech right now. So right now, both Sarah and I are just expecting to do a C-section. We do have a version attempt that's going to happen on the Tuesday.
Those
so
are.
they're actually going to try and manually move the baby and get
Yeah,
it
I
into
don't
position.
want to make you nervous, but they're kind of not fun.
Yeah, I know.
To do for the mom. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
We'll tap out though. Like we've both talked about it. Like we're basically at the point like if anything makes either of us uncomfortable with that, we're just gonna be like, no more. Let's just schedule the C-section, and then that way we can also choose a birth date. So
that's
just
true.
Wait. Yeah. So we're totally content with that.
And you're coming, but the due date's the end of the month, right?
21st is the estimated, but I'm gonna go 17th if it happens naturally.
Okay. Is Smash and Grab going to be used at all in the baby name? Like
That's secret.
Baby Smash and Grab Jones.
That's secret.
Whatever her first name is going to be. But
I think I'm gonna call her the Juggernaut, bitch. So we just got our 5-minute timer, so we should just wrap it up here.
Yeah. All right, guys. It has been awesome. Thanks for joining our X-Men episode. I hope the guys that worked on the show get a chance to listen to this and think we're funny. I hope they don't get mad. Anyway, so Smash and Grab Comics, as always, I'm Tyler, and he's TR, and the other one over there is JP.
Bye, guys.
Later. TR, they can't hear you.
I know.
Okay.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
All right. Bye.
Bye.